Who's tried the Manscaping?
Pass that over here. I've never seen one in real life. I keep seeing them on TV and them things.
Has this one been used?
That one's fresh. No, I ain't used that yet.
All right. So you're saying you can use this and it don't cut it?
Well, I've used it, yeah. I'm not going to lie. I've got PTSD. So,
From?
being cut before.
Yeah, me too, bro.
So, I'm cautious. You get it? I did take it to the edge, but I didn't take it further. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like you can push it though.
That's what I'm saying. I did. You see what I'm saying?
Is it though? What is it? This plastic thing on it?
I think it is. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's a guard.
Yeah, it's a guard.
To stop you from pushing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nah, I took it further than I have before, and I never got
That sting.
that mad.
We never take a picture. We never take a still image.
Yeah.
And you're always like just taking.
Yeah. All right, we'll do that today. 100%.
I'm just putting it there from now. Don't forget that.
100. We'll get the photo today.
And I said I was going to be the one accountable for that, so.
Well, you know what as well? How come it's got a light on it?
So you can see what going on.
Doing it in the dark.
Yo, you never know when you need to
It's like
trim down.
It's like the thought about everything, man.
Yeah.
But what about the other stuff, though? What we got?
The cream and the sprayer, trust me, bro. Like,
What? Yo, the weed whacker.
what you do is when you shave all that off, bro, just make sure you spray up, man, and cream up, bro, and everything's just blessed,
Everything's
bro.
soft.
Soft, bro.
I'm saying pause.
Yeah, man.
Alright.
Yeah, cool. Right, then Cinema Finance, episode 4. Episode 4 or 5?
4.
4.
That's why I ain't doing the intros no more now, yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, you good, man. You've introed, man.
Nah, go ahead.
Nah, we've done it, man. See.
No more you get.
Send the finance something, Speedy.
Yes.
Michael.
Finance, Sam.
Finance. I hear you.
No, that's how we need to introduce ourselves.
The urban coach.
So what we saying then this week then?
What did we say? What was the topic?
Team. The importance of a team.
We was talking about teams and we was talking about
Situations where dealing with a situation.
That's to another level.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have situations where your new self is dealing with things in one way,
Okay.
in contrast to how you may have dealt with them before. So yes,
Why? Obviously, I'm not the greatest at building a team. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I've done has been just me on my own. I think I'm great in a team. I think I'm a great player in a team. But in terms of creating a team and running a team, I don't have that much experience in it. So I'm here today to just soak up the game.
That's a lie.
Go on. Why is that a lie then?
Because we have a whole team building.
All right, cool. Yeah. So
in this environment.
Yeah. So all right,
And
cool.
you've been thrown in the deep end.
Yeah.
And the team that we've built with lack of finances has been mainly built and controlled by you. So what are you talking about?
All right, safe.
He's just told a whole lot. Man just come on here and just said that he's going to soak up information.
Man ain't told no lie. Basically, I'm saying prior to this, it's all been me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was a key thing that Speeds has said to me before, innit? Like, I know that you haven't really had experience. Even if we go back to the Flush days, then like, so when Speedy had his media channel, he's got the Flush team, but like I'm a part of it. But I've always said I'm focusing on my brand in it, so I'm still separate to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been about me. And obviously, I know that there's commendable things within that because you become self-reliant and whatever. But you can only get so far if you're trying to do things on your own. You'll hit a brick wall in it, and I've definitely hit that on my personal trajectory. But within this situation, as Speedy said, being thrown into the deep end, and it's about, you know, building people's confidence, building people's just their energy and their willingness to get involved in the situation. You know what I'm saying, and managing people's expectations and whatnot, and and
understanding their skill sets.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like you said, you might think that you've just started building a team now, but you probably had experience in other places, or I know you've managed other people that do like production and all that before, innit? But one thing that I did show you is that accountability in it
Yeah.
within your team. So obviously, if you're managing a team, everything's your fault, bro.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So certain times where things are going wrong, you got to look at things as your fault, whether or not it's someone in the team's fault, and then aim to rectify that, and how you're giving that information, and how you just the way that you build your team and training and all them things, innit?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like we've had that experience already. We did an episode, and the geezer that I got to do it, like, didn't do the greatest job. You get me? So obviously,
Speak on that, bro.
not gonna go too far into it, but like the guy just didn't do the greatest job in it. Like people's audio wasn't synced up with them properly. Just loads of different problems with the episode. You get what I'm saying? And that was on me. So, but at first, I'm looking at it as well. He's done the job in it, but I'm managing the
If
situation.
you've told him to do that job,
yes, it's
then
me.
you need to make sure he
Yeah,
knows how to do the job.
Exactly.
How did that make you feel, being accountable?
It didn't bother me. Like it didn't make me angry because, like,
At first, did you think that, oh, he's messed up? Like, he obviously did mess
yeah,
up.
obviously he's messed up, but I already knew it's on me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like I've got to rectify it. So
But what he was doing though, he was having faith in someone that you shouldn't have had faith in. There was too many signs.
That happens.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's an
It
early
does.
thing, though.
yeah,
That's an
Yeah.
early thing in like trying to build teams. Like you put people,
Mike.
yeah,
you might put people on or put people in positions they're not qualified for.
Yeah.
But because they're in your close proximity, or
Yeah.
you like them, or you want to see them in that position.
Exactly.
They might even be good in that position, but they don't even believe in themselves.
yeah.
You're seeing something that is a potential rather than
That's what I was gonna say. Is it because you see their future, their future potential or value, and you're judging that on them now, because you know they can become that person?
100%. But I'd like to change the word future because they may never realize it. And I'm getting to a point
Potential then.
now is like sometimes you may see some potential in someone that they don't even see in themselves.
Yeah,
And you want
100%.
it more for them.
Yeah.
And they will never reach that potential if they don't take the correct steps.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not even about building a team. It's not even about people reaching their potential, because there's got to be a hierarchy in team. You can't, especially when it's like in the creative industry. Like let's just say everyone's high in creativity. Is that going to make for a good team? Because maybe you need someone that's just going to be able to learn to do the basics and run with that. You know what I mean? So if you bring in everyone on board with the same level of creativity as you, maybe everyone's going to be clashing heads. Everyone's going to want ideas. Everyone's going to want to bring things to the table.
That's another thing I was gonna say. I think a great team is a team that can put their ego to the side.
Yes.
Because sometimes at the end of the day, it's business.
Yeah.
You have to know when to put your ego to the side and just get on with the job.
But that's why I'm saying, yeah, if this is your team, you got to understand the skill sets that you're bringing into the team.
You know, just to put a like strong label on that. Are you familiar with like the DISC test?
I'm
Nah.
just about to say that.
What is that?
Metrics. To
Type it in for me, please.
like a personality test.
DISC with a C, but there's a real.
There's loads of them. There's loads of them.
There's different ones, but
I've done a business one before, so it's like basically where if you're talking about the same thing, you get your team members to perform a certain test, and it helps you to know more about them, and helps them to know more about themselves. So you kind of know what their flaws are and where to position them within the team, and it's kind of the test kind of asks you questions to kind of, and it just gives you just like a metrics of yourself.
it might be.
Okay.
Are you a creative person? Are you a person that needs instruction? Are you able to freestyle it? Are you someone that works alone well or needs a team to operate? Are you, you know what I'm saying? Are you high in these particular areas? And it will just like basically produce a chart that says, you're this type of person. So when you're working with this type of person, you need to be working like this. And most big companies will perform, you know, these things.
Okay.
And I think when it comes to like they break it down into like a chart, and then like to have like a well-rounded team, you need to be forming certain shapes within that chart. So
Yeah.
skill sets that complement each other. So I might be good at something that might not be good at, vice versa. So when you're working together, you're covering all bases, and it's this is what these big companies do. They do these tests on their employees to kind of work out, do you fit within the team structure?
It is important to know yourself though, and the quicker you can know yourself, the quicker you can kind of get to the bag a bit quicker. Because, like, I've got to the point in life where I know personally I am not a fine details person, and I've always explained it as dream up an opportunity, I'll see it, I'll kick off the doors on the hinges, like hinges is on the floor, big mess, and then I do need to partner with someone that comes, all right, mate, slow down, let's put this door back up, just put the hinges back on, all right, let's go now.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? I'll open the door, messy, mad, create a big mess, but then I need that balance. But I know that. I know that to the point where you can start working on those weaker areas where it's like, all right, let me slow down myself and work on that. Or you might have someone that so fine detail that they never kick that door, well, they never open the door.
Yeah, they're
looking at the
yeah, aiming.
lock doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm just like, get in it, but everyone's different.
I think I'm more like that. That's the problem.
And then this is a conversation now. Do you work on your weaknesses, or do you leave that to someone else? And do you just work on your strengths to grow those strengths? Because that's a conversation that happens.
Just to put context, this obviously it stands for dominance, influence, steadiness, and consciousness. So they're the 4 personality traits that you're trying to differentiate when doing the test. But yeah, it's true. Do you work on your weaknesses, or do you get someone in to...
Just going back to them tests there, there's a lot of free ones that people can do, and I would advise them to do those things there.
Yeah.
But there's some good paid ones as well. Like one I've done before is Wealth Dynamics. That's a paid one though, so it's going to give you more data. But everyone needs to do the free ones.
Yeah.
Even the personality tests.
And that's for yourself, for you to know yourself.
That's for yourself. And also, if you're in a team, pass it to the team members because it helps them learn more about you. Like, listen, like, yo, you're getting mad at me in this area, but yo, I'm not built like that.
So I'm saying, the person might not even know all of that to have that conversation.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You might just be someone that, yo, I need to know exactly what I'm doing. I might be like, yo, just get that done, man. Like, it's so simple to me because I can envision it. But we have to start understanding that everyone is different. Everyone works in different ways. You might have someone in your team that's just dyslexic. Yeah. And they've never done the test. They are always labeled slow and unable to read. But it's as serious as that. You just learn in a different way. You think in a different way. Yeah. Once you know it, you're open now.
Yeah.
So
But there is a balance between learning your weaknesses though, and getting someone in. But sometimes you might have to. So for example, now I'm going to give an example with the gym. Like, it was never supposed to be me on the build. It was never supposed to be me in control of the build. I have had to learn.
Hang on. Just take a step back then. So say if you got this gym now.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of skating over it a little bit.
Yeah.
Might.
This is definitely one of those places where we're supposed to go a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Because you've got a whole gym.
Yeah.
Not even a little gym, you know.
Yeah.
It's a proper, it's a mad thing still. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Really.
Warehouse gym.
It's a big thing.
Yeah. It's a big one.
And what background do you have to be building a gym?
What within like
just any gym? Where's your experience to build a gym?
Just once, it doesn't show now, but what's a passion for fitness? Just
so
you know what it is.
So you've been to the gym.
You know what it is. It's just seeing a market, understanding a brand, and knowing that there's a potential, there's an opportunity. So
sorry, I don't want to let you off that easy.
Yeah, go on.
Because we're not talking about your passion for fitness.
Yeah,
we're saying how are you getting builders in to come and like spread floors and fix walls and make it.
Yo, I hope you're proud of yourself. You know, I think that's where Mike is getting at. Like, yo, you've got no previous experience of like building gyms.
Have you built a house before? Have you done a heavy refurb on a building?
Nah. So obviously, the only experience I have is people around me that's doing it, and taking information from them subliminally. At first, I would say, you get it. You know, like people around me got a big passion for building. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Where I'm not gonna say I haven't got the biggest, but I probably most of the passion's been I can appreciate it. Okay. Most of it's been forced on me by listening to friends. You get it? Okay. But obviously, like I says, I wasn't supposed to be on the build or even know what to do. But a lot of it's come from soaking in information. Do you get it? Okay. And then obviously with that information that I soak in, I have to navigate my way to figuring out how I'm gonna fit in with this, and for one, and then learn from it as well. So I've obviously sometimes, you know, when you say it's not what you know, it's who you know. Sometimes that does work out. Because when you know the right people, certain times you can not pull strings, but have the right conversation that will lead you into the right place. A lot of what I do, like you see when you like giving me credit, sometimes I have to sit back and really think about it to give myself the credit. Sometimes I just think, nah, I just landed that. I just did that. That just happened. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
There's two things in what you've said there. One, the first thing is being around the right circles.
Yeah.
Had you imagine the first type of circles you started off with in like school circles and stuff. If you had kept those original circles, would you be able to do this now?
From my original circles, mine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So would you say that you're blessed to kind of have quite a progressive circle?
Blessed, definitely.
That's
definitely.
That's definitely.
While around it, like you said, in the providers, you put yourself around different types of circles, different kind of backgrounds. So
is that
kind of
on purpose or just the kind of person it just ended up that way? Would you say there was thought in that, or just luckily enough?
I think I just ended up with a circle where we always thinking.
Okay.
I ended up with a close circle where we're always within thoughts, and then we're expressing thoughts to each other. So we're always exchanging information, and then we go into different fields, and then we all evaluate what we got from them fields.
Okay.
You get it? Like, it's only just thinking about it now that's what's happening. Because as a youth, we probably go to like different areas or around different people, realize that we're doing right or wrong, and seeing how we can benefit from it. Yeah, but still coming back and saying, yo, is this us? Nah, not really. You get it? Or is this wrong? Is this right? Do you get it?
So it's almost as if it's you benefiting from an extended circle.
Yeah.
The communication that you had.
Yes, basically.
Okay.
What was that?
Now, I wanted you to expand on what you was going to say in terms of the balance between being like your weaknesses and your strengths. So you was going to use the gym as an example of how you've had to lean in to one of your weaknesses and obviously make it a strength, because the weakness is you not having the experience of being able to do the build in it.
Yeah.
But you've pulled on everything you've seen, experiences that you've gained from others to do this.
Basically, yeah.
But how have you been able to take those thoughts and ideas and even just like overhearing and take all that energy and actually manifest that into something actually real, tangible and usable? How has that come into one in your head?
Right, before he speaks, I think that that's what his strength is his ability to soak up information and apply himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's, I don't want to talk for him, but I think that's what Speedy's strength is.
What do you say?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know, but I just
feel out of comfort zone to do something that big.
Mad out of comfort zone, stressful.
Okay.
Like mad stressful, but at the same time, like in a good way, because you're learning. Yeah, you're learning at the same time. You know this ain't your area, but you're learning, and then you start to think, hang on, wait there, this is easier than what I thought. So you know what it is? Sometimes your brain can be blocked from doing certain things.
Mental hurdles, isn't it?
Yeah, you can be given, people can give you information and you're taking it in, but it's not really going in. You get it? Or maybe it is, but you didn't realize how much it was. And then when you actually let it go in, because you're put into the situation, you realize, whoa, like, it's not even that hard. Maybe sometimes you're blocking yourself from learning things that are not that hard. Do you get it? So
you just gotta put yourself in that situation.
Yeah. So for example, like I'm saying, I had a mate. He's doing up his house. He's doing it from scratch, renovation. Whole extension, everything. You're telling me every little
You're learning
rock
from that situation.
You're telling me everything.
Around that
You get
situation.
it? I'm not taking it in, but I'm taking it in. I've got other things going on, so I think I'm not taking it in. But
It's time to
but now I've been put in the deep end, and I'm just drawing on them things that you're telling me. You get it? To make things happen in these scenarios.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's subconscious or whatever, but I just feel like I've took in information at times that I thought I wasn't, and I've called upon it, if that makes sense, to make the best situation that I could. And it's the pressure as well. Like, I think I work well under pressure, but I think I put myself under pressure all the time though.
Because you work well under pressure.
Yeah, but I think I put myself under pressure, so I think that's just where I work the best, under pressure.
You throw yourself in the deep end, basically.
Yeah.
And I think you've kind of over the years, that's your way of doing things, throwing yourself in the deep end, and then just rising to the challenge.
That's what it is, I think, as well. Yeah.
Do we always need to do business like that
Do we always?
in the deep end every time?
I don't personally suggest it, but I feel like that's where I work best.
I think sometimes you do have to, because like anything in life, there's pros and cons to everything. So there's going to be pros to that, but there's going to be cons to it. There's kind of, in certain situations, you do that, in certain situations you don't.
Yeah. Another example, but like, obviously, like coming out of jail, it's the same thing. Like when I came out, like, you know, you come out, you're going to struggle for identity. You don't know what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? I've got other situations around that's going to hinder what I can do in terms of working or whatever. I've got to figure out myself who I am and what I'm going to do. So the first thing that I did when I came out was look to rent a unit for no reason. You get it? I just need something that's going to put me in a position to want to do business and not want to do other things. You get it?
Okay.
And I know I'm going to be stuck with the task of paying rent. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I seem to work then, because like I said, when we're talking about the pressure of the gym, I put myself under pressure from the minute I came out of jail. You get it? Like, no, like I'm renting a unit with just about enough money to rent the unit. I'm not doing nothing else.
So are you saying you're renting a unit with no plan or no idea?
Plan. No plan.
So you literally just to put yourself on your toes.
Just put myself in.
I respect that, because you see me, I wouldn't do that, you know.
Yeah, that's me though. That's
But
what
I
I do.
respect you for doing that.
Yeah.
'Cause that's it's just a different strategy.
Yeah,
There's no right or wrong.
yeah.
That's just your proven way strategy. That's your way of doing things. And for me, that's like, I respect that, because I wouldn't do that myself.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people would, but I don't know. It's just how I work, bro. That's just how I work. Like, and I think it comes from a place here where I just believe that I've had nobody to teach me anything to do with business, but I want to do business. You get it? And no one's not telling me. No one's not giving me the information that I need, and no one's not showing me nothing that's good enough to say, this is what you need to do. So guess what? I'm just going to force myself in here because I don't know any other way. You get it? And prior to going to jail, I did the whole flush thing where now it's a viable business, but at the time, when I was running with it, it was a great thing, but there was no money in it. You get what I'm saying?
Early.
Yeah. So
How do we feel about like learning something practically and in theory? So, for example, I would say that we've all developed, quite shrewd business skills, but actually just being in the field, making a lot of mistakes over time.
Mistakes, yeah.
But then you might get the person that just goes to university and has like, the education, like which is best, would you say?
Sometimes the education can actually hold you back.
Yeah.
There's so much benefits from having education.
Yeah.
But throwing yourself in the deep end, me personally, I do like that method of throwing yourself, not as deep as you go, because you're like.
But you know what it is? A bit more context. A bit. Nah, but balls deep. Nah, but you know what it is? A bit more context to that though, because I did go uni and I did do business studies at uni.
Okay.
So I don't want it to be confused.
Yeah.
Like I've
done both. Then?
Yeah. There's not.
Viewers, don't just go rent a unit if you got no.
I've been to a certain level educated in business. You get it? But when you go into uni and you get yourself educated, you start realizing, I'm not getting no more information to subject to where I want to be. You get it? I'm getting the basis, and it's actually helped me, the things that I've learned. But where I want to go and where the actual degree is going to take me is two different things. Because I don't necessarily want to.
You want to go takes risk.
Yeah.
So you need to take that risk.
Yeah. So the uni part of it, and learning how to socialize and be around different people, and learning the basics. Is the fundamentals that you do need, but don't try to go into business if you know nothing about business. So it don't make sense.
Uni's not teaching you to take risk then? Is it teaching you
They're teaching you how to run another man's business. Bro.
Okay.
I feel like you have to go to uni and find out that uni's not where you need to be, if that makes sense.
I think that's the same from my standpoint though, in terms of like video and editing and all of that. Like I remember when my very last assignment that I handed in, so when I've gone uni, the unit I've gone to is Derby. They didn't have a full BA honours degree. It was split into two different courses. You get me? It was a FDA video production, and then you do one more year that turns it into the full BA honours. Okay. When I come to hand in my last assignment on the FDA course, I spoke to the lecturer and I said to him, "So what's this degree gonna do for me then? And like, where's this gonna what's it doing?" And he says, "If I'll be honest, it ain't really gonna do that much, you know.
That's gonna
He
be
said,
late, innit?
it's a bit late, obviously, yeah. But like he's saying, if you've already got people that you're working with and you got clients or whatever, this degree isn't gonna help you get that. But it's to just give you a broad overview and some experience here and there. And then I remember in the ceremony now, there's a geezer that's come. I can't remember his name, but he's a photographer, and he started off his speech by saying, "I didn't finish school. I didn't go to college. I've got 1 O level or some shit like that. But these times, yeah, he's been he's in all these galleries and museums and this that, and other, and you're doing a speech.
He's the guest speaker.
Yeah. So how much of a piss take? Like, that's all I could hear after that. I timed out, bro.
Yeah.
I timed out, and I said, yeah, I'm done with this. Finish. You get me? Didn't do that top up year. Picked up the cameras.
Do you regret going to uni though?
You know what it is? I made the most of my uni experience.
Has everyone here been uni
yeah.
though?
I did it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's I bet I didn't do much more than a year. About a year and a half.
You do
So.
college?
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
I did 2 years of
well-
uni.
What's your experience if you didn't go to uni? Obviously you've
Bro, you know what it is? You see me in school, yeah. This is my... So, I weren't dumb, but because situations at home, there weren't much peas going on. When I was coming to school, I was just hustling in school. Because it's like... Yo, just for dinner ticket money, fam. So it's like, yo, that's where my focus was, you know. So not on my studies. So it's not like I was dumb, but I underachieved because my focus was elsewhere. So when I left, I was like, yo, nah, man, that's dead, man. Like, G's, D's, E's. Like,
how did that make you feel at that time? Because I'm sure there's people young people out here that have
I think the type of person I am, I just didn't I didn't get depressed or like focus on it or anything. I was like, all right, cool. Yo, look to the future. Like, okay, cool. What am I gonna do now? But I think I got like a C in maths. You know what I'm trying to say? But I could have done better. But I was like, all right, cool.
right with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then I thought to myself, you know what? Nah, man, I need to separate myself. So I said, yo, I'm gonna go Dudley College on my ones, get me, and do electrics. Went there, bruv. Man couldn't relate to no one, you know. No one. So I'm catching the bus down there. Then I'm trying to hold down a part-time job, falling asleep on the bus. It was mad. Like I didn't even finish the year, bruv. Yo, just took it to the roads, man. Then you know how it goes.
So there's always an intention to want to do the right thing, but
You see, at that point there, if I had the right mentors in my life at that point there, saying,
Yeah.
yo, listen, just stick at this or
Yeah.
do this, yo, my life would have been different. But I wouldn't change my life though, because
yeah, no,
I've learned so much, character building, business, everything. I've learned so much. But at that point there, that is when I needed the mentors.
Yeah, but the mentors could have told you to stick at this, and you could have just been a normal electrician.
But the right mentors though,
Yeah,
What's the right mentor?
the right mentor is for me, a right mentor is to be able to look into you and see your potential. So my potential was from school. I was hustling, you know.
yeah,
I was selling munchies for 5 years. People were jumping on it for 1 year. I was selling it for 5 years, bro. Selling it to the teachers.
yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say? So,
yeah.
but I didn't do business, bro, in school. I didn't do nothing to do business. Like,
Yeah.
but the right mentor will be like, yo, I can see potential for business in you. So
Yeah,
this is the kind of route you need to go.
yeah,
Learn more about business. Open a business or whatever. I just went down the electrician route. You get me? What?
yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that. But that's to do with, I think that's just young people in general though, and it's like having people who have got experience or years ahead of you, and they can identify where your skill sets lie or where your passions lie, and then them honing in on that to kind of bring them out of you in it, so that you can then flourish into the person who you could be in it. But a lot of people don't have those types of people around them in it.
So what would you at this age say to yourself at that age where you're jumping on the bus to go to Dudley College to improve your decision? Are you telling yourself you would have told yourself stick at that?
Nah. Literally, seek a mentor and just. I don't even know if YouTube was.
You know what it is?
YouTube was around back then.
I don't think you could have found a mentor that would have told you what you needed to. Yeah.
But for me, that's when it's supposed to come from the household. You get me? Yo, you know what it is? My parents done a great job. You get me? But it's like for me, that's where I think it's the parents' job. to say, yo,
But you know, most parents like they're trying to figure stuff out. For
there you go.
Especially at that.
Yeah, 100%.
At this age, maybe the parent can have a better just like a better influence on business.
But then it depends on the parent, because some parents are just, they're trying to give you love, shelter, make sure you're all right, make sure you go to school, and that's the best.
And that's all it is. And that's what it was. It's like, I even sit down with my mum today and have conversations like, Mum, yo, my options come up. Yo, you're making me pick double science. Like, yo, where was the business studies and this, that? You know, I was just left. I was basically left to my own devices.
Yeah.
Because, like Mike just said, they was trying to provide shelter.
Yeah.
They were. My parents are coming from their own situations. They're just happy to have a roof over their head and just be working.
Right, I tell you what though, it's what you know though, because like the conversations that I have with my oldest son now, it's like at home they're learning Mandarin. At school, I went to his parents even, and he's learning Spanish, but he's not doing too good in it. He's doing all right, but not the best. So I said, you know what, son? The reality is, I want you to learn more than one language, and it's not just because I want you to learn it, but I want you to be able to experience the world at its fullest. I get to the point where I said him, like, he's 12, but he's a mature 12, and I said to him, yo, you might get a girlfriend at one point. I said, like, you don't want to be with a woman that's just like 5 doors down from you, 5-minute walk away from you. I said, the whole world is your oyster. You know what I'm saying? I'm not to put this all around women, but you might want a girlfriend. You might go and get like a Brazilian girl or something like that. You want to speak Spanish? You know what I'm saying? You might get a Chinese girl. You want to speak Chinese? But more importantly, you might want to go to these places and go do business at some point. If you can speak that language, it will open up a whole new world for you. But if you can only speak English, you're going to be dating Sarah from down the road. And you'll only be like dealing with Dave from around the corner. He's dead. We've done that. Come on, let's level it up. But look at this as your ticket to another level. That's the kind of inspirational way I'm talking to my son, so that he understands the benefit of this stuff. So I'm like, all right, so how are we going to get his Spanish up? Do we need to go and get one of those apps, like Drops or something like that, where, you know, we'll do it together 15 minutes in the morning and stuff. Yeah. But the goal is, you're going to be on that beach in Ras Clark, Colombia, one day, and speaking all mad Spanish and that, that's all flying stuff.
Come on, fluently.
And I think that's where the difference is. Us as parents now, it's not just telling our kids to do Spanish or do this, but explaining
why.
The reason why.
Yeah.
A lot of parents just tell but don't explain.
But they don't know the benefit either. They've never experienced that.
Yeah.
And I would say that's one thing that's come from our experience. Like, I've been China, been all over Europe, been all these kind of places, been Vegas. So
mad culture differences.
Come on, bro. So when you come back now and you speak to your children as a parent like that, it's hitting a bit different. Yeah. Because they ain't lived a litter life than you. Where you got some kids now, like, they don't even respect their parents because it's like, yo, like, really, what can you tell me? Like, I'm doing a bag a day, I'm doing this, my crepes are like.
That's what my problem was, you know.
You keep talking like you had problems, bro.
No,
but how did you have a problem if you decided you're going to Dudley away from everyone else to try and do something different, and you actually tried that, and you figured out that it's a bit too straining for you, and you're gonna choose something else, maybe wrong path at a time, but you're not there now, bro. But you knew you had to go through things because maybe someone else ain't showing you. Where did you need a mentor, bro? I can't understand. From the minute you said to yourself, you're going up to Dudley, bro, you didn't need a mentor.
You know what it is?
Because nobody else was going there.
So I'm saying that the mentor can't. That's what I say. Like, I don't think there's for these paths.
Yeah.
These
no mentor needed.
You just have to go to the top of the
bro,
mountain.
you said you're going to. You said to yourself,
there ain't no guy for that.
I'm going to Dudley.
But you know what it is though?
You went. Everyone else went there. You've gone Dudley. You don't need a mentor, bro.
You are the mentor.
Yes.
The urban mentor.
Yeah.
There ain't no.
It's the truth, bro.
Now you know what it is though.
Mentors along the way.
It's for the okay, cool. Sometimes you don't need a mentor for the decision making, you know.
Yeah.
It's for the consistency, bro.
Okay.
Because you can make a decision, you know, but then it's keeping it consistent. Because the result comes from the consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency.
But then, you know what I'm trying to say?
But that consistency. That's you said you also said.
Yo, that would have been a bad decision.
That's what I'm saying. No, but
not a bad decision.
You also said you couldn't do that pressure thing that I did, but that's pressure. What you did there, bro.
That's pressure, form of pressure.
That's pressure.
That was
falling
mad,
asleep
bro.
on the bus, fam.
Bro,
There you go,
bro.
The pressure's me.
Yeah.
Listen,
You don't always
I'm a
work
white
out.
brother. Listen, I'm a white brother.
Yeah.
I experienced racism in Dudley, fam.
From who? White people.
Bro,
From white people.
bro,
Oh man.
bro. That's mad, isn't it?
So you have to come back home.
Yeah.
Bro, but, the conversations were different. Man could not relate.
Yeah.
These men are dealing with me different, you know.
Yeah.
I have to stick on them, fam.
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
point where I'm saying, yo, this ain't gonna work. You know, man, have to bounce.
So it's like, you know what, we're going to do all of this, something, though, would you get?
You know what it is? It wasn't a mentor. You just needed somebody that could identify.
A bit of guidance. And
Yeah, it's guidance.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
someone just that could just bring out the things that you were expressing an interest in, and that's it.
And that was Mikey.
I tell you what.
yeah.
No, you know what? I tell you what, yeah. Sometimes you just need relatable friends that are on the same kind of
yeah,
mental wave
100%.
of you.
100%.
That's
You don't necessarily need mentor, you just need each other for that time. You get
and that's part of certain part of building certain teams as well.
That's-
Like,
it sounds like you've
Yeah.
kind of had that in a
yeah, same thing.
you still
Yeah,
got that?
yeah. It's someone that you can, like you said, you're relatable and you can also be honest with.
Yeah.
You get it? It's the honesty in certain conversations and how you're dealing with certain people that will allow you to, even if you're not building a team, maybe mentoring each other, guidance.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Sometimes
Like,
having a good friend, someone close to you, is almost like holding up a mirror
Yeah,
because they're going to tell you your flaws and they're going to also reflect your
yeah.
growth and all the powerful
Yeah,
things that you have
100%.
inside you.
And you're both going to be able to take that as well because a lot of people can't take criticism. You
not
get
from
it?
someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But when you know there's love there and respect and all those kind of things that you can help someone to grow,
Yeah.
especially when it's unique to find a circumstance like
very
Like Mike
unique.
just said, the love has to be there. You know what I'm saying? You can't take criticism if the love's not there.
Yeah.
100%.
But what I would say is I more want mentors now. Like when I was younger, I thought I may want mentors because I thought I would find some magical person that would take me to the next level. But the reality is, with the situation that I was coming from and what I was going through and where my mind was working, there isn't no one that could have mentored me.
Yeah.
Really. But now, where I've got a very clear direction that I'm trying to head in, I want mentors for a time, people that can get me to that next level. But then I know that when I get to that next level that they're on now,
Yeah.
I'll have to look for another one
Yeah.
because they ain't even on the next place that I'm trying to go to. You get me? So, but it's hard to find relatable people. You almost have to change yourself at every level now, so that you can kind of relate to whoever it is that's going to take you to the next one.
Yeah.
Because that person level 10 levels up probably isn't going to be anything like the person you are at your core.
100%.
So I guess it's being comfortable with meeting new people.
It's a constant growth ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely, man.
Meeting new people, but even just seeing potential in people that's around, you get it. Sometimes you can just cross paths with someone for a second and think, yo, I need that skill there. And then start having conversations on the basis of that.
As you mentioned that then, and we're talking about going up to different levels and
Yeah.
the different shift.
Yeah.
We was talking about once you do start leveling up, elevating yourself, going to another level, still having to deal with people that may be on a level beneath. I don't want to say it in a condescending way.
Yeah.
They're on a different level. They're in a different place.
Yeah.
You're in a different place. You've got to cross paths somehow.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with that? So like, just to give a straight example, you might be running a business where like you open up a takeaway,
Yeah.
some sort of food business, but you're in a place where you're constantly getting people disrespecting you.
Caspian, Chinatown.
No, say you mean Caspian China.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Most of your business is coming from the nightclub. You know what I'm saying? But you're in there, you're running your business. You're now thinking, I'm going to run this business. I'm making sure everything's clean, tidy, checking the temperature of the food and all that.
Yeah.
My mum comes and like throws someone on the counter like, yo, bro, you ever seen peas? Yo, give me 2 pizzas and rate it. Like, yo, just calm it down. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want, man? Yo, don't talk to me like that. I want my man to serve me. I don't want like you.
Yeah.
Like,
I
how,
deal with it.
how you like?
I think you always have to deal. You're always gonna have to deal with something, but that's when them man got security in the shop now. So it's like yo, they take
you know
some
what?
of the burden, but
I'm already meditating that I'm gonna have these problems. Cause with the gym, I'm looking to be hands on for a good 6 months.
Gym's a perfect place for that. All this
You
stuff.
get what?
Yo.
Exactly. So
I'm gonna be auntie.
I'm already thinking in my head. I'm gonna have man trying to be on me in certain ways.
So, I ain't paying that. I ain't paying for this drink.
All of that.
for
All of that.
shake.
Yeah, all of that. But
Who are you anyway?
But I think that's what I'm trying to say. I think it's gonna be a test of your character, innit? Like they're gonna understand where you've come from because you're gonna have a certain level of that. I'm still, you know what I mean?
Still
Like,
see who you are.
yeah, you can still see who I am. So that people are gonna be testing you within the business world of that. But you also got to remember where you're trying to get to. So how you dealing with people is gotta be
Where you
that
trying to
you
get
understand
to. Yeah.
where they're coming from.
So-
now that might not be you, but you've probably been around people of similar ilk. You get it, and you've seen how people have dealt with them before, or how not to, or how aggressive people can get with certain attitudes or not. And you got to learn how to just diffuse situations before they're even there. They're not even there. The situation's not even there, and you got to diffuse. Someone could be happy, and you still got to be in diffuse mode. You get it?
You know, I like that. Yeah. I like that because you're definitely framing it a certain way, man. Because in my mind, I was thinking to myself, so in business now, are we supposed to be taking a certain level of disrespect? Is that supposed to just be factored in? Is that how it's supposed to go? Should we expect that?
I think you should expect it, but you should also know how to, like I says, prevent it. Do you get it? So
Already go through the scenario in your head, knowing how you're going to deal with it when it comes.
So one thing that I've learned as well is I get less disrespect when I show more manners. So
More respect.
So if I'm working in a gym now, I don't know people, I'm gonna act like I know everybody. You get what I'm saying? So when you're walking through the door, how you do this, sir?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an extra handshake. Yes, bro. You know, everyone's gonna watch this now and know what I'm doing. Like, look at this.
But it's real though.
What?
That is who you are.
Yeah. No, it is 100%.
Because you're trying to get to that next
But I'm
level.
still gonna be mindful that I'm gonna be treating everyone on a certain level they're the same, so that you don't feel like I'm the ignorant person that you need to disrespect.
So before
Get it?
there's any confusion, I'm gonna show 100% love and
Yeah.
respect.
But then on the flip side, then you got the people that take that kindness for weakness. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's the minority, though.
Now you will get it, but you've shown a level above. So the weakness is gonna be they'll take the kindness for weakness. If you're giving them stuff, I'm not giving you nothing.
Yeah.
You get it? All I'm doing is giving you respect. If I start giving out free
Man's disrespectful.
yeah.
Like, how you-
If I start giving
take a free gym session.
yeah, free gym sessions, free day passes, free month. If I start doing that, then you're gonna take that kindness to weakness.
It's rewarding
That's
behavior.
That's not what I'm gonna be saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be showing that, yo, if anything, you're supposed to be supporting me. Support me, and I'll support you in this gym, however I can. You get it?
Yeah.
So that's there's certain levels, and then obviously you can see different types of characters, and you know what it is. This is what you get. This is what I got from jail. Then when I was in Oakwood, yeah, like the bigger you are, the more not well known you know on the roads, the more the governor is gonna put you in a position to like be a red band, walk around the jail, give you a job, an incentive to want to be a better prisoner. And in turn, I seen man that, you know, might be more aggressive in jail situations, more calming and telling others to be a certain way. You get it? Like,
I mean, I guess that's a. But all of this is now is psychology.
yeah,
100%.
It's
100%.
understanding the management of people.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to bring that everything that he's just said in terms of like preempting the problems that are gonna be found at the gym and that. Yeah, I want to bring that back to a team, preempting the problems that you can see happening.
Rebel
between-
Nation.
Yeah, Rebel Nation. Between team members and that, like.
So what's that?
It's an inside joke in it, Rebel Nation.
Explain, man. They can see, man. They can see.
on.
They can see.
That is basically say so within the podcast now, yeah. Like obviously there's been certain complaints or certain
Okay, go on.
things that have
Complaints on communication.
been- communication, you get what I'm saying?
To people
In the team.
Within the team, you get what I'm saying? And obviously Speedy has noticed that, you get what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, we need to address that before that turns into anything else.
Okay.
Whereas when I've seen it, I'm not even looking at it as anything. It's just like, everyone's sharing their opinion, and and there's gonna be. But he's seeing down the line that look, we need to keep this family, this unit together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like
It's because basically people are in the team, yeah, so people will be infectious in the team. They don't mean to do it, but they'll bring their complaints, or they'll feel a certain way about one thing.
Yeah.
Now it's making you feel a certain way about everything. Now you're sending Chinese whispers to people for them to feel a certain way.
Yeah,
And what I'm saying is, you're getting everything misconstrued because we're a family. You get it, and you're starting to not understand the values of what we're actually doing. And now you're starting to complain, and you're trying to infect the team with that.
So, all right, let's just frame that, and let me just say it again, Sam.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the idea of whether it's in a team, whether it's in a business, whether it's just in life, a situation where you create like almost people with echo chambers. One or two people or a minority may have a problem, but then they infect the wider majority to share this problem.
Yeah.
They want everyone to feel the way that they feel.
Yeah.
Where it might not necessarily be that big for everyone else, but it can become bigger if someone with enough of an influence or personality makes everyone feel that way. And I was saying this before we was recording about obviously
Situation with the house.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that we're that big, but realistically it's big enough.
Yeah.
We've got like over 85 residents and
Yeah.
100
Come on.
spaces.
Press the button.
What you say?
That's a lot of people to be managing.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
100%.
people to be managing, and the reality is you don't always get it right. You can't always be there to diffuse every situation. You can't be smart about everything. Sometimes people are just going to be upset. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm sure at some point we've all lived in, or at least know someone that lives in a council house. When something breaks in the council, they're not going to come the next day and just deal with it.
No way, man.
But you might be waiting weeks. You're starting to get fixed.
Yeah.
So how are these people expecting a
How are they
better service than them? And it's coming from,
for better service than the council.
Yeah.
and you're
I
coming
ain't
through the
got
council?
Or
Yeah.
council resources or council teams.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to deliver.
Yeah.
Trying to deliver. And like you say, like my whole thing is in running my business, especially working on a level where I'm working with the council and other serious organization, is I am not gonna get caught up in no back and forth with none of my residents. I'm gonna give you love and respect first because you are under my duty of care. Like really, like if anything happens in the house, I've got to go answer to everyone. Like even if someone just slips and hurts himself, I've got to go answer and say, all right, what's in place? I want to make sure everyone is safe, happy, housed, and supported to move forward.
Yeah.
Like that really is important to me. So, like if it, like say a boiler breaks or something like that, that will send our house not. Yo, where's the engineer? How come this is not?
Yeah.
The council wouldn't even come and fix you. They might drop you some heaters quick, but
Nah, they
you have to
wouldn't do that.
Well, depends. It depends what's going on. You know what I mean? And how much noise you make. But yo, we still have to wait. There's still a queue. There's still other people. I got like 20 plus yards. You can't just you can't scream and shout and get the thing. But then for one person in a house, it might be more of an issue than everyone else. And everyone's like, you know what? Well, I got a little blow heater. I'll ride it out. Nah. We should have everything working. We're paying for this, or the council's paying for this. So that means it should be perfect A1 every time. How do you stop that echo chamber now? Because everyone's cool until that one person starts saying,
Causing a
"Why
problem.
are you angry about this? Aren't you cold? Don't you feel this way?" Actually, you know what? I do feel a bit cold and chilly. Actually, I would like warmth. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna start paying my service. So I'm gonna start. You know what I'm saying? Those problems there, but you can't win every time.
Sometimes in them scenarios, if you're the team leader and you're coming across certain people like that, you can empower people that you feel are going to be problems. Sometimes they need to feel like they need to feel like they've got some kind of responsibility. Yeah. So sometimes you can put them in charge of something that may mean nothing, but to them it's everything.
Befriend the leader characteristic in the property.
So if they're in the, obviously I can't speak on your lot's thing like that, but I'm thinking in other scenarios, maybe with some of them people you say to them, yeah, what, you're in charge of this house for doing certain things. So if any reports of any boilers are breaking down, you're in charge of taking that down. Now you've gave them responsibility. So when that boiler breaks down now, they've almost got the responsibility for it now. So they feel a part of what's going on.
Definitely. And there's a wider lesson, but like I do that sometimes. So I might say the person who's most vocal. Yeah. I say, all right, well, tell you what then. Can I give the engineer your number?
Yeah.
You're just getting from the horse's mouth. When they're gonna come, what time they're gonna come, what the issues are. And I don't mind you knowing.
And now that gives them insight, and that gives them it shows that
shared
even
responsibility,
even though they know the problem, they're speaking directly to the people that are going to deal with it, and they understand that it's your problem, but there's no hiding here, and there's no you're trying to backdoor and not get things done. It's actually a process.
One thing I've learnt recently is, and this is not necessarily manipulation. It's not like we're trying to do something negative to people. It's you have to do it to manage people.
Yeah.
But it's communication. Most problems can be solved with a high level of communication. And now I'm more committed to, how do I make sure that if there's a problem, our clients know, we know the problem, and this is what we're doing about the problem as soon as possible. Don't let them come to you with the problem first. How do you not know it's your yard? You're supposed to know this. How have you not known that this is happening? Sometimes you know, and you're thinking about the problem, like, all right, how am I going to deal with this? But you haven't even acknowledged to whoever the client is that there's a problem. It's like you in your gym. There might be some weights broken or a machine not working correctly. You better
send out emails.
Put up the thing, putting some tape around it, guys. Don't use this equipment, because if anyone goes over there and try, yo, how come this ain't working?
Yeah.
Yo, use like, what kind of show use like running?
Yeah.
You give them that ammo.
Infectious.
Right.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, that same person walks into the shower. You ain't cleaned it yet. You was about to clean it. You cleaned it an hour ago, but some guy spilled something on the floor. And there's a dirty shower. Guys, what are we paying this to? Communication. You got to be on it. I don't think there's no way around it. If you're running a business of any kind of scale, you have to accept, you're accountable now. You chose to be that leader. Like, you have to take the accountability.
Yeah.
And I feel like at this point now with my level, my next level is getting real comfortable with, yo, it's on you. You asked for this. You set this up. You built this team. It's on you, the good and the bad, and being okay with saying, all right, you know what? Let me develop my emotional strength and not get drawn down and energy low because something hasn't worked out or someone made a complaint and all these kind of things there. It's gonna happen. And then, to be honest, what helps me sometimes is looking at these bigger companies like the Amazons and the McDonald's. And
how are they moving? What processes have they got in place?
Because they're getting, whatever I feel is a problem, they're getting.
But they still have their own challenges. Even with all the official processes, they're still going to have their own challenges and problems.
They got people setting up unions.
There you go.
Workplace and all these kind of
WhatsApp groups.
Yeah, and I've been seeing them fighting hard to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
They don't want the echo chamber to happen. Guys, aren't you upset with these low wages and they're doing this and they're doing that and they've got us working?
Look at all the strikes that are going on.
Yeah.
Buses, the trains, the metros, everything. So it just goes to show you that at the highest level, these problems happen.
Yeah, of
Even
course.
doctors go on strike.
There you go.
And that's the NHS. Who's more official than them?
Ambulances went on strike recently.
There you go. And then, what we're going to do without that?
There you go, man.
So I think really the lesson to learn from this is, it doesn't really matter what level you want. Problems are going to happen.
100%.
Don't get too hung up on the issues and the day-to-day and the problems and the failures. The reality is, it happens at the highest of levels.
Yeah.
It's what are you doing? What are you going to do about it? What policies and procedures are you going to put?
Don't let the problems deflate you or take you off track, because with things like business, with life in general, things are going to happen.
But
Don't let them deflate.
It's all part of the elevation.
100%.
Because, like you said, you're starting with your 85 and you're handling the problems now. But let's say you get to 160, 200 plus. You get what I'm saying? You can't deal with all them problems now. So you're going to have to deal with complaint forms or whatever procedure that it gets to you, and then it gets sorted at the quickest time possible within your team. But it's not going to be you handling it, and everyone's not going to handle it like you. So how are you training your staff or your team to understand your ethos or or how you want your business to run? That's another thing. People have got to understand your morals.
It's all problem solving.
Yeah.
You get paid for solving problems, and that's all it is.
But with business and team building, like if it's your business, people have got to understand what you want from them.
Are we doing it? We said we were going to start talking about books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The E-Myth.
Well, we were.
Go on.
Just before we get onto the E-Myth, yeah, what would you say is the best strategy to get your team to see your vision? So you see what Speeds just said about, how do you go about managing your managers so that they can handle the problems how you would manage them?
I think clear mission statements.
Yeah.
And how this is the way the company is run. Can you align with this? If you can't, the job's not for you. If it is for you, these are the procedures. These are the manuals you have to follow. This is, if you get in this situation, this is what you need to do. This is the way we want things done.
All of that mixed with incentives as well.
I would say personally, based on where I'm at right now, I think there's 3 levels to it. The first level is the mission statement. Everyone at least understand, even if you don't have clear ways of things are being delivered, understanding that this is what we're trying to achieve. Yeah. So we've got like know your values, which is like know yourself, your emotional intelligence, what you're carrying in and out of houses, knowing your residents, knowing when they're good, knowing when they're bad, knowing like building a relationship with them, knowing support, which is knowing the difference between, yeah, I saw CS today, looked all right, and all right, after we've done that, I actually sat down with him and looked at what he's trying to achieve in life and what he's doing at the moment and how I can help him move forward. And knowing the house, knowing what a good house should be, how it should be maintained, and knowing when it's not maintained in the right way, when it's not safe. So everyone understands these things at least. So it doesn't matter if we're all working in a different way. That's the one thing that...
Do you have it written down in a manual?
We got it. Yeah, we got that written down, and that's something that we push to everyone.
Close to the mic.
We push to everyone at all times. The next thing now is the actual information, like, this is how I do this, this is how I do that, step by step, and all that kind of stuff there. That can take some time to perfect, but once you've got it, you know, you want a situation where if I just repeat this every time, I've done that job. It might be like a 50-step process, but you're breaking down the smallest things. Come in the door, lock the door behind you, walk over to the seat, sit down, turn the mic on, make sure the mic is plugged in, and check the level.
No, whatever. Like I started putting them things in, so like I've written down the shutter speed, like all the technicals for the camera, so that when other guy comes in, he has something to follow, like a whole. I
need to be here, be able to walk into here. You're on holiday.
Yeah.
I know nothing about this. I can perform the same, if not far off what you're doing. And that's what it comes back to, the E-myth.
And there's supposed to be like 3 different displays of that, like a written version,
a visual,
you know, pictures and images, and then just a video of you doing it. And I can put all those 3 together, and it's like, yo, there's no way I can't do this.
Yeah.
But then I would say the third part, and this is the part that I'm struggling on, is I've got loads of systems.
Yeah.
I've got everything I do written down. The implementation.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get a team that's moving in the system to like just get it. Like,
is that when team managers come in and like say that, okay, you're in control of making sure, and consequences if people don't follow the procedures, because the procedures can be there, but if consequences, if they're not following them, they don't make sense.
But you know what it is, like I says, if it's your business, it's your business. So all of them things need to be in there. But then on a side note, you need to teach people to maybe follow certain mannerisms. You get it? So when you're in the company, you start talking the same. You get it? Even if it's, you say, culture. So even if you got your little slang words or things that no one else says anywhere else, get everyone to be saying it. You get it?
That's true. It's true.
You get what I'm saying?
It's culture.
And everyone starts following that. They start to realize that we're all the same and we're all here for one task. So even like with what CS is saying, he's getting people to do shutter speeds and all the rare. When that guy's here and CS is not here, I'm doing things like this. Yo, CS wouldn't have done that like that, you know. You get it? Yeah. But like, it's just a joke, but subliminally it's gonna go back in his head. He's not taking it seriously, but he's gonna be like, I need to get this right. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm it's just a bit of humor, and there's a lot of humor going on in a lot of the things that we do. It's a very humorous place, but we all pick up on certain mannerisms that lead us to understand the actual goal of what we're trying to do through humor sometimes. So we can have a little joke about certain things. You get it?
The reality is though, like to really achieve great success, you've got to learn how to manage a team, and you've got to learn how to scale whatever it is that you're doing. Like you're doing now. You started with like one local episode. You started doing a different brand. Then you went to finance. Now you got the providers. It slowly starts to expand. But then how do you keep that growth going? That if something happens to you, or for whatever reason you need to step away and do something else, it can continue to grow by itself. It's almost like making a living organism.
Contingencies and just always one step. You always have one step ahead.
But that's from the E-myth, innit? It's either there's people that get caught in building a business and really they don't have a business, that they own a job position within the business. They haven't built a structure where the business operates without them being there. You get what I'm saying?
Like it does take time though. Like I don't think anyone should be too hard on themselves. Like I know that my business right now, bar 1 or 2 things, if I disappeared for a week or 2, as long as I had my phone on me, it would be all right. Anything longer than that, or if I didn't have my phone on me, I would be concerned.
Yeah.
And that's just keeping it real, because I feel like I'm a very big part of it.
Yeah.
And I think part of what I was saying earlier is like I'm thinking like I need to not be a big part of it.
Yeah.
Like I need to, like I'm very conscious that I need to not be the glue. You know what I mean?
So going back to what Speedy was saying, do we need to kind of train up the staff to think how we would think then? So they're thinking from our minds, how would Mike think?
Yeah.
How would CS think? How would Speedy think? How would Sam think? How would I? Yeah.
That's I think, and then obviously some get it quicker than others, and you see more potential in some people more than others, and the potential doesn't have to be for full elevation. It just has to be that you listen and you can understand. You get it? Like you said, it goes back to the disc thing, like understanding the skills of how people are taking certain things in, and someone can be the total opposite to you, but taking information in a way that can lead them to be more like you than anyone else, if that makes sense.
I would say partnership is
Yeah.
good as well. Like I've got partners that I know that if I'm not performing, they'll pick up the slack and they'll do bits and that as well.
Yeah,
I don't do it all myself.
With the partnership thing, do you feel like the people that you're in partnership with, you could never have underneath you then as an employee, if that makes sense?
Potential, not the situation I got now.
Yeah.
Like everyone, is there for a reason.
Yeah.
They're partners for a reason. But on the next business, I would now be looking to hire someone of that caliber
Yeah.
for that role.
Okay, yeah.
But like again, when you're starting from a lower level, you have to pay. You have to partner with people.
You have to give up the equity in it.
Give up the
Yeah.
equity,
Yeah.
'cause you can't give up the money.
Yeah,
you ain't got it.
Of course.
I think that goes back to something that Speedy said,
powerful.
that I don't think we picked up on, he said like he's always conscious, and I've started doing it myself. He's always conscious of somebody doing something. So if you see, like in my example, then if I see someone holding a camera, I shouldn't walk past them. I should have a conversation with them, because I don't know where that conversation could lead to. And like that's a great way of finding people. Do you get what I'm saying?
So now we're talking about the power of networking.
Well, yeah, we're networking in order to create the team, but then obviously it could surpass the team building. It could be another opportunity, like whatever it may be. But
The thing is about the networking now is like once you get to the point of knowing what your value is, knowing what you can offer, you can start asking for what you need a little bit better. It's like when I'm networking now, I'm saying, listen, I'm a property and social housing consultant. I have the ability to reach out to providers nationwide and pair new and existing developments with strong providers that can then take this property on and offer guaranteed rent. So are you just coming to the end of a development? Do you have a portfolio of HMOs and all that kind of stuff there? We're going into uncertain times right now. Do you want to find a provider of any type of level of care that can guarantee the rents on these for long periods of time, so you've got peace of mind? That can sound valuable if I'm talking to the right person. I'm only going to be reaching out to developers and experienced landlords.
Portfolio and
So I'm going to those areas. If I'm on LinkedIn, I'm reaching out because we should talk about LinkedIn as well. But you can reach out to very specific groups of people, or you can put yourself in rooms with very specific groups of people. And now that I've built myself to this point where like I know what I can do, I can say, no, I can take that property on. I can offer you this. Or I can, if I can't take it myself, I know someone who can. And I've got the experience to know if they're doing a good job or a bad job. I know how to protect your investment. That's a valuable thing to someone, especially someone who's seen it and seen someone being burnt by it and now wants to see a better example. Well, I'm doing it 100 times over. I can do it for you as well. The track record's there. But like you're saying, you shouldn't be walking past someone with a camera. But eventually you'll get to the point where you're looking for the person with the camera because you've got something to offer them that they may not already have. You know what I'm saying? I've got all these contracts. I can't shoot all these things. I see you're doing your thing. You're doing really well. Would you like to be a part of my network to help me execute this? You'll start looking for those people.
win-win
After a while.
situation.
Never mind walking past them. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to walk past them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But that's now we're starting to talk about like the scale level. After you get to the point of I've understood myself, I've understood my value, I have certain systems in place where I know I can rinse and repeat it. I can take this model anywhere and do it again. Then you start looking for opportunities to do that repeat.
Think about that, on a bigger scale, because you're having to pass down them systems through, human resources all the way down, Like, and it's got to be, the message has got to come up from the top. But everything's got
No
to,
trying to
yeah,
man.
that's mental.
But how are you doing it though? Because like, all right, so you've got this situation now that's a chain.
Yeah,
Did it come with a manual?
nah, no manual.
It should have though.
It should have.
Boy.
Yo.
It's trying to start it out. Man, it's not even that serious, you know. Is it? He's a
can hear it.
perfectionist. There's not even anything to hear. You can hear this. It's the laptop.
Oh, I hear something buzzing.
Nah, there's no manual, you know. But I like that though. I like that there's no manual because
The benefit of purchasing a franchise is you're purchasing the manual.
Not just a name.
when you say manual, you mean of running it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, all right. So if I check this,
Set up
check
and
this,
running, and then branding.
check this.
That's where the value comes.
Check this, because I spoke to it. Basically, there's another guy here that's interested in taking on a few of the franchise of the foundry. Yeah, he's came to mind, looked around. Obviously, he's interested. He's franchised 3 gyms prior. I'm not gonna say the names of gyms, but they're like
different, just totally different.
Yeah. Them casual ones, like a pure gym type gym. You get it?
I'm not saying no names.
Yeah, it's not that. It's not that one. Other gyms available. You get it? But yeah, within that, yeah, he's the basically what he could actually do within his franchise of purchasing and the things that they was doing, like that. His constraints was like mental.
I get it, yeah.
Mental.
It's one way.
You get
one
it?
Way only.
Yeah. Like
Don't
even
improve
even to like he's talking about painting a wall brown that looks dead, and then he's painted the wall because he had to. We wouldn't let him open without painting it. And then when they've gone, he's painted it back. And then they come around to do inspections. They're telling him to paint it. You get it? Like that there, yeah. That was scary. I wouldn't want to get into a franchise for that reason.
I'd like to be business like that.
Say again.
I'd like to be the
I
franchisee.
wanna be- I
I'll be
wanna
the
be
franchisee. Do my
Yeah.
inspection, man.
Yeah,
Shit,
if
it
you
up
know
well.
that's going to work. But them gyms, yeah, have a lifespan to some extent. Because if another gym of that ilk comes around and it's cheaper, yeah, you're going to go to that one.
Easily transferable.
You get it? But with the foundry one, it's unique in what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I hear that.
You get what I'm trying to say? So, and then,
Hold there to, like, it's a serious thing.
and then although everything's foundry and, you know, it's their brand, I've still had flexibility on certain things, like how I've had the bathrooms done. I've added value to them.
100%.
You get what I'm trying to say?
You've been a creative director.
Exactly, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So within how I run staff and how I run things, if I can improve their business and I can learn off that, then I'm happy to do that, because there might be things that I can bring to the table. Do you get it? But if it's constrained to I've got to be a certain way, then why am I going to be sitting there working in there? And I know that they got to work it a certain way. You get it?
And franchises are looking for people like you. You are the perfect franchisee.
No, but I think it's the early stage of franchises where it would be like this.
Let me throw this to CS real quick.
Yeah.
Would you want to work for a company that was offering you a sick bag, but you got no creative control?
Nah.
But hang on. We're talking like, Apple's releasing iPhone 20 and they're saying, listen, let's get CS 250k up front, and then you're gonna get a percentage of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but all right then.
But here's a manual. Just do that.
But how long though? How long does that like if that's like
How long's the contract?
Yeah, if that contract's like 3 months, like
It's just a one-off, innit?
Whatever, like for the bag, yeah. But like if it was like for a long period of time, no.
Just follow the.
Nah, but I'm gonna feel stifled. I'm not gonna want that. I'm not gonna want it. I'm not gonna want the confinements of.
It depends on the conditions, innit?
Yeah.
Just follow the instructions. Your money's guaranteed at the end.
I'll make the money. I don't want it. It's the level of.
You buy my soul.
You get me? Yeah. the like the amount of unhappiness that I'm gonna have through having these tight confinements, is gonna make me hate the job. You get me? I'm gonna feel like I'm holding my breath for the whole duration of the job.
You're gonna have resentment.
Yeah,
That's what you're basically saying.
Yeah, it's long. I couldn't do that.
I think it's good to get yourself in a situation like that for a short-term period, so you can actually learn from the business model, and then when you open your own, you are the manual now. You know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
But when it comes to franchises, that's what they're supposed to give you. The value comes with the manual, the processes.
So you
and
just step by step, and you just follow the thing,
that's why you're paying the money up
Yeah,
front.
yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then well, that and the branding in it. But I'd say that's more valuable than the branding because that's what got the branding.
Yeah.
So are we saying that like sometimes, I guess the money can almost be a trap?
The money definitely can be a trap.
Look at McDonald's, bro. Look at McDonald's.
Would you want to run a McDonald's?
It's the processes.
Would I want to run a McDonald's?
Yeah. Because we know what's going on with Mackies. Like, you're going to bang it there. They ain't going to let you fail. You're sick. But, yo, don't try and change nothing. Ever try to change a thing.
This is what I'm going to say. I would have a
What are you
Mackies.
saying? I would like a Mackies.
Passive income, innit?
I'd have a Mackies, but then from having the Mackies, if I could learn what I need to learn, and then I could say, you know what, I think I could do this myself, you know.
But that's two different things, though, you know.
You try and make a Sam's one day based on what you're doing at Mackies.
Maybe a different concept, but the value from Mackies comes with the processes, the consistency, and obviously the branding over time. So if that's a route I wanted to go, then if I think I could replicate that, then I think I would have the skill set to do that.
So at least you'd be trying to learn the at least business systems. How did you even?
100%. Oh, there's no way I would have a McDonald's franchise and not be learning that business from the inside out.
And then using that for something else could not even.
Exactly. Because it's the good business structure that you're buying into, innit?
Yeah. But what are you saying? No, because the reality is, I'm sure they say that you have to work in it for at least a year. Like, not they don't force you to, but really to make a franchise work, you need to be a part of it for some period of time when it started.
What, me? If they said I needed to be?
Just any business, just any real franchise. I'm sure, like they'll just say most franchises work best when the person.
Remember, I was going to do the car wash thing.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, it makes sense, innit? But the franchisee wants to feel like they're not an employee, innit? They're gonna want to feel like they own something within the business, innit?
But how's that work? Because like we was gonna do a car wash at one point.
Waves, innit?
Yeah, Tesco.
Yeah.
The one in
Ladywood.
Yeah. Went down to the London offices and all that kind of stuff. They're like, but you know, I'm glad that we thought about it properly because we could have easily went into it. They wanted, I can't remember what it was, for like a 50 quid or something like that. But it was like, no, we ain't got no like remote team around. Like really and truly,
High stuff.
with the people that we have around us, can we justify running a car wash?
That's the conversations that we was having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good conversation because it seemed good. Like, like obviously it's a sick location. Like there's a lot of reasons why it can work, and you can force it.
But you gotta keep your staff turnover low, innit, with a car wash.
Like
I would imagine
most
anyway.
Car washes are like they're working on guys coming from abroad.
Yeah.
They can't go nowhere else.
Yeah.
They're like on sponsorships.
Yeah.
If you're even gonna get that official.
Yeah.
Like they can't go, so they're gonna have to work. Probably just providing low wage, food, shelter, and all that kind of stuff. We don't have that.
Yeah.
So you've got to know like what you can do as well, because even if we had their system, we still wouldn't have been able to run it.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's probably it's probably down to the size of the franchise, isn't it? Because if you can get into franchise earlier, you're going to be one of the early franchising members, and like I said, you're going to add value. I'm imagining that Foundry is going to get to a level where everything is going to be strict, because the people at the top can't control what's going on, and they can't just have people doing whatever.
That happens when they're responsible for like shareholders and different things. When it gets larger.
That's the next level.
Yeah, 100%.
Start bringing the people that made it, and not the people that will take it to the next level.
There you go. Then
What's
so
it
that's
called?
It's like private equity and angel investors, and it's like Gymshark.
Yeah.
Like when they got kind of the major global investors taking it to the next level, you have to give up control.
That's what I'm saying.
They'll take you out.
So that's what I'm more excited about, adding value to it, innit? So wherever that brings me, and wherever that takes me to my individual one, and maybe the rest, like we'll see where it goes, innit? But there's certain things that I've done in my gym that is already being passed on. So the next guy is already phoning me about certain parts of my things or my skill sets. Like obviously we got the Fort Knox, the steel work and all that. So
I saw that. So that's not normal.
We built that ourselves. Fort Knox next.
When you come in and all that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You're adding to the brand.
There you go then.
Yeah.
That makes sense, man.
So
why did you do that?
Say again.
Why did you do that?
What
was the reason for building that the way you did? Was it like a safety thing or something? Like, what is that?
Yeah. But basically, we started off building it as a hut, and then it just made sense to obviously how the turnstile was going to be fitted in and everything, and how we wanted the desk and the store to be set up. It just made sense, and obviously ultimately it looks sick and it works with the look. You get it?
Might incorporate it into future ones now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's what it is, man.
But that's what it is, though, man. It's about innovation, and I think
Yeah.
that's the real skill of an entrepreneur. Like, you've got no boundaries,
Mm.
and like you say, you wouldn't really want to be put in a box at all. Like,
Yeah.
you'd rather just take less money than if it.
Yeah.
I have no money.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I have no money.
Yeah.
Like,
just free.
yeah, bro.
That's what
Like,
it is, yeah.
Freedom. You want freedom, basically.
yeah.
100%.
Would you say there's a price on your freedom or your freedom? And when I'm not saying freedom as you're selling your soul, but
I think there's price on. I think there's always price on temporary freedom, but
like
total
if a
freedom.
man's saying you right now, listen, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. It's nothing too crazy. It's nothing unreasonable. Nothing that compromising you as a person.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to lock you in for 20 years though. And
Yeah,
but you're gonna get like $1 million a year, and it's
Nah,
gonna
that's dead. That's what I'm saying. So
no.
obviously,
Talking
like,
like
if you're talking about another franchise, yeah, and you're limited to what you can do. If I'm gonna invest in it, it's gonna be something I don't even care about. Just give me more money. Let me just see the money go in. That's all I'm gonna.
So that's
yeah.
like a McDonald's situation.
Yeah.
Like, you're locked in, you can't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Let me just get in and out as quick
Yeah,
as possible.
yeah.
And have that there. Then.
That's it. That's all it's gonna be. You need some kind of creative control to feel you're a part of something.
Feel like a human, fam.
Yes, yeah.
So we're not talking about money here then.
Nah.
Because then you're a slave, man.
Talking about business.
Do you think most people have creative control of their life?
No.
They do, but obviously most people don't want creative control over their life.
Okay.
They do have it, but maybe they can't handle what comes with that.
Yeah. So they give it up.
Yeah.
It is a big responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone here is. Do you work at all?
Nah.
This is a mad thing. This is what I told him, providers. This man's lived a whole life where he hasn't worked a 9 to 5 job
ever?
and ain't hustled. I can't
And
even
then-
get. How do you even get your mind around, bro?
Is it important for that?
Bro, this is all I've been saying. This is all I've been saying to him, yeah, in the last 2 weeks. Bro. Like, I'm saying, bro, he's asking me what. I'm saying to him, what are you gonna say in your next providers? I'm saying, bro, have you worked a job?
That's when the government.
So ain't there no kind of stress in knowing that you've never worked a job and you've provided?
Yeah, I can learn something from you.
That's
How
mental.
have you done this? How have you supported yourself? How have you not turned down the wrong path? How have you managed to do this? What made this possible?
Well, obviously, like man's had like part-time jobs. You get what I'm saying? So after uni, see, it is. I said it in my first providers. It's my dad. Like, that's what made me who I am, and that's the thing that steered me away from everything. So even though he's not here, I'm living in his footsteps, knowing that I gotta do things. I gotta better him before he's gone. Well, before he went, he would always tell me and my bro, it's my job, it's our job to do better than him. So that's the mission that I'm on. You get what I'm saying? And he was the main man in his family, and that's who everyone's going to. If someone's coming from Jamaica, they're going to him. If something needs to get sorted, they're going to him. So I've thrown myself into that. So there's no room for me to make stupid mistakes or to do things that don't align with that. You get what I'm saying? But in terms of how I finance myself, or how have I been able to provide, I've had part-time jobs here and there, but I have a skill set, the camera in it, and I've just used that to my advantage. I'm nowhere near where I need to be. I know that with what I'm capable of, I should be way more ahead than where I am now. But I've put myself in a position where I am able to finance certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that, and it comes back down to, again, you see what you said, Sam. Like, you wish you had a mentor. When I'm saying it's not a mentor, it's somebody honing in on your skills. That's what my pops was for me. That's what both my parents, but my dad more.
That's what I meant. No, by a mentor. That's what I find a mentor.
You get me? Because my dad's seen that I was interested in cameras. I've said to him, "Yo, I want a camera." He didn't really care. So he says, "You know what? I'm gonna buy him one." He got me one from my pawn shop, and he's seen I used it every single day. So he says, "Yeah, all right, then cool. Then I'm gonna get you a better one." Then so like a year down the line, he's got me a better camera. He's seen me again using it every day. You get what I'm saying? Every day. And then I remember 6 weeks holiday, finished school now, and he says, "What, you think you're gonna be on the road every day, just not doing it?" And no, I found this course. You're gonna go to this video production course, and that's what you're doing for the summer. And bro, like, it was that course that set the path for everything. Because like,
That's a mentor, bro.
you get me? That's a mentor, but it's a parent knowing it. Like,
Big up to Pops, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So
Sick.
100%.
because of that, now that's
That's all
set.
it takes.
You needed CS's dad then, basically.
Yeah, that's big.
But yeah, bro, like that's just what it is, ain't it? So to me, it don't seem mad. Like I swear on my life, like I wake up certain days and I feel like a failure. Like I'm not making what I need to make, or I haven't done things that I feel like I should have done. But when he says it like that, it just puts another perspective to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
I feel like we have to be careful about saying, "Oh, we should be somewhere else." If we're
Yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to,
yeah,
we would
yeah.
have been there.
yeah, I hear that.
We're exactly where you're supposed to be. It's what you do next that makes the
Yeah,
decision.
yeah,
But
yeah.
The reality is like your previous 5 years do not dictate the next 5 years.
Next fight, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you've done in the last 5, you can do in the next 6
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? And that's probably really how it's gonna go.
That's how it's gonna go.
It's
That's
gonna-
how I feel.
it's gonna go, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Because what you are now is like
Circumstances don't dictate your future, man. You know
no
what
way.
I'm say?
You know what I mean? And we're definitely speeding up the trajectory.
Come on.
So, you know what I'm saying?
That's why these things are important. Important to speak. Put yourself around like-minded individuals. Speak about your problems because you're not the only ones going through. We're all going through them.
Yeah.
Trust me, the same way you can have those houses where you got an echo chamber because someone's disgruntled about a broken boiler, or you might have an echo chamber because a broken weight or a messy bathroom is now making some guy chain the whole gym
It's
again.
an echo chamber of positivity and progression.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
telling
true.
you, nah, you're not a failure, bro. Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
We're all behind.
Yes.
If you want to talk like that, but
Like-
guess what? We're gonna finish where we're supposed to.
And that's the importance of a team.
100%,
Come on.
bro. To support each other.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that's a wrap, you know.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
Right.
a wrap.
Alright, cool.
We move on.
I think that was my favorite one, you know.